Hey yo everyone, welcome back to Tavian's World of Reptiles. I hope you are all doing well and taking care of yourselves. We are hanging out with Iro, my spider ball python today. So in today's video, I just kind of want to talk about something that I have witnessed in several videos from breeders mostly, but other people as well. And this is from like all levels of popularity, from the highest of the highest reptile channels to the newest of the newest, and I've seen it so often, and it's made me cringe every time. And I decided I'm just gonna go ahead and do a video about it. And people may not agree. People may have their differences of opinion. Some of you are some people are the ones that I have actually seen do this. And I just want you to know that I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, and you do it for the reasons you do it. But I am going to talk about why I disagree with these actions. And so today I'm talking about the whole antagonizing our snakes to get them to bite thing. Often I see people will have their snakes out during their videos or whatever, and they're like waving their hand in the snake's face and like trying to jolt the snake into the point that the snake strikes. And I don't know why people are doing this, if they're just trying to show the strike reflexes, or they just think it would be cool footage. I think some of the most annoying ones are the ones where they like deliberately put the camera all up in the snake's face, making the snake bite it and doing it multiple times. I don't see the purpose in doing that, especially that I think if anything that really puts that snake at risk, because snakes are literally putting all their force behind their bite. They're trying to do whatever they can to save themselves, and to put this hard thing that is very much so harder than the snake's face in front of it, making it bite at it, puts that snake at risk of just damaging its face and thrusting at it so hard, messing up its jaw, its teeth, and all of that. So I'm not a fan of like putting this camera all up in the snake's face, trying to get it to bite the camera. I don't see the purpose of trying to get that kind of footage. I don't see the need for that. It's just risky for your animal. It's rude, and it's animal endangerment. Really, I don't see a purpose for doing that. And I think people really got to avoid trying to do that with their snakes. And again, like I'm saying, if this is something you do, I don't want to knock you really, but I definitely really suggest you think about rethink doing that when it comes to your snakes. Now, when it comes to the whole like waving of the hands in the face thing, like let's just get real. When it is in the wild or in any setting, a snake would rather run away from you than strike, right? Like they don't want to have to strike, because in the reality is that when it comes to a snake and potential predator, a snake's got two choices. You know, it can try to get away from this predator because it can clearly hurt me. Like this snake is like, okay, this thing is clearly something that I have to be afraid of. Like this is something that is a danger to my life, so I should get away from it. Like that's their original thought, because otherwise, if it's being forced to actually attack and come at you with a bite, then that snake is now being forced to like really put itself at risk. Because if snake, when it bites, it throws itself at you. That means it puts itself closer to your range of motion, and it puts itself at risk just to try to fend you off. And so snake's first choice is not to bite. It really is to get away. Now this is different for hatchlings, of course. When they're that tiny, the whole world is scary. Yes, I don't think they can get away. I'm so small. Like I am gonna bite. I have to bite. There's something else I can do. They're in a constant state of frustration and fear and just scared emotion. So yes, they're naturally going to be significantly more bitey when they're first born, because they are very small. The world is absolutely new to them. It's absolutely terrifying. So they are in a constant state of stress in the beginning when it comes to interacting with us as humans. But overall, snakes would much rather just get away. If it doesn't want to have anything to do with you, would much rather just get away. So if we are waving our hands in the snake's face, and getting it to the point where it feels like it has to bite, we are literally pushing this snake into the highest levels of stress that we can in order to get the snake to bite. Because otherwise, the snake's just trying to get away. And if we're getting in its way and waving our hands in its face, we are just taking away its ability to feel like it can get away and sending it straight from 0 to 1,000 level of anxiety and stress and fear, and now it has to defend itself. And that's just not cool. There's no purpose for it. There's no purpose for it. At some point in your life, you're gonna get that natural like bite because one day you're just gonna naturally just pick up your snake, and it's just not gonna be the day, and it's going to strike, and you're gonna get that footage without even trying. So I don't see the need to deliberately stress our snakes to the point that they're biting at us. Like, especially if you have to do it, if you have to put effort into actually making the snake bite you, if you have to keep thrusting your hand in its face and waving at it for several seconds before it even actually feels the need to bite, then it's ridiculous. You're literally antagonizing the snake for the sake of getting it to bite you. And for why? I don't understand the reasons for it. I don't Again, I'm not knocking. I just don't see a purpose for it. There is no purpose for it. There is no scientific reason for it. We don't need to show this. This is not educational. We know that snakes have teeth, and we know that they're capable of biting, just like we have teeth and we're capable of biting. We don't need to show, if antagonized, if messed with hard enough, that these snakes are going to bite us. Because what's the point of that? We know that if we bother a snake, it's going to bite us. So what's the point of having to show that? So anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but I definitely wanted to touch on that topic because it's something that I've seen, and I've seen it again recently, and it just made me cringe. I'm kind of tired of seeing it, and I don't think I'm going to stop seeing it, but hopefully I can help some people to rethink they're doing it. So anyway, you all take care, love yourselves, love your loved ones, love your reptiles, and you guys keep spreading those herbs.